Well, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is for you. It's 7:44 p.m. for me on the 23rd. This is the video for Christmas Eve day, the day before Christmas. Went all through the house. The kids were all making noise. Anyway, I made it through. I made it through today, watching the kids all by myself from I don't know what time, 7:30 in the morning until after 5 p.m. Anyway, I made it. I got my work done. I survived. And there were challenges. The title for today is Will We Believe the Event When It Finally Happens? Reports of the end of the Federal Reserve and the IRS, along with arrests of the cabal, are once again circulating. John MacHaffie's NESARA newsblogspot.com, Google it, has been reporting this type of thing as far back as I can remember. Similar reports from Benjamin Fulford and others have made their rounds over and over. Those in the know realize that until these things become reality, nothing significant will change. My question is simple. When these things finally happen for real, will people believe it, or have we heard the cry wolf too many times? I have often felt this kind of change was imminent. Truthfully, it's hard for me to get excited anymore with reports of this nature. As much as I want it to happen, I no longer have the expectations and excitement I once felt. Indeed, I don't know exactly what the event will be. Whether it will be ET related, or whether it will be some major earth change that catches everybody's attention. Of course, people will believe that, especially if it's a negative event. But I don't look for a negative event. I look for a positive event. And I honestly believe that whatever the event is supposed to be, unless it is accompanied by things like the announcement of NESARA, and more especially the arrest of the cabal and the cessation of central banking all over the world, including the World Bank and the IMF and all of these other organizations, shut down the Trilateral Commission, the Council on Foreign Relations, the Bilderbergers, and shut down and arrest these people that have been planning genocide and planning horrific things for a long time. Unless we can stop that, nothing can change. There are people like Mr. Sino and others, especially in Asia, that really want to enrich the world and empower people once again, to stop the unnecessary poverty and the unnecessary lack of resources when resources are abundant. There is no lack. That's artificially created. It's a lie. It's a lie of mainstream media, and that's another thing that has to change. The mainstream media has to be under new leadership. The old leadership is part of the problem, and unless it is removed, unless these men, I think it's mostly men, that sit in the helm of these media corporations, until they are removed and until the truth can get out, it's going to be hard to believe anything. Now, it's going to take a while. You're going to have to pinch ourselves when things finally begin to happen, because it's going to seem almost far-fetched for people that are clueless. And still, the majority of people in the United States, I think, are clueless. And of course, in parts of the world where they don't have the internet and they're not as well read and up to date with things, they may be also pretty clueless. Although I will say that in some of the third world countries, I think that there's more communication on a spiritual, extraterrestrial, angelic level than there perhaps is in some of the Western countries of the world, in Western Europe and the United States, and basically United States, Canada, Australia, British Commonwealth. The changes are coming. I do believe that. I know it's true. I don't know when. I'd love to have a Christmas present, to have the people that are blocking the progress of the human family from actually occurring. I'd love to see them curtailed by whatever means it takes to curtail them, because they are standing in the way of progress. They are standing in the way of actually establishing a republic form of government all over the world. And republic, just for those of you that don't know, is a form of government that protects the rights of the individual. That is paramount in a republic. The rights of the individual come first above everything else. In a democracy, you have the majority rule, and the majority can decide that we're not going to give rights to this minority group, or even to a particular individual who has a different point of view. We have to get beyond this. We have to move past these divide and conquer meme that has plagued humanity from the beginning. This is the game that the cabal plays. It's the game that the elite play, because it's all about control. It's all about guilt and fear and lack, and it's all about bad news, and more bad news. Well, there has been good news, and John MacHaffie continues to put it out. Benjamin Fulford continues to put it out. David Wilcock continues to put it out. These people continue to put out good news. Are they wrong? Well, certainly the timing is not what I want, and what those of us that are aware of the world situation as it really is, it's not what we want. We would want it faster. I would want it yesterday. I would want it in 2011, 2012 at the very latest. It's 2013 almost, 2014. Hasn't happened yet. We need to continue to pull together as much as possible, but what seems to be happening is more polarization, more separation, more people claiming that they're the only ones that are right and you got to do it this way or you're wrong. We're not going to make it if we keep that attitude up. It's not that anybody in what they're choosing is necessarily wrong, whether it's a religion, a lifestyle, a food choice, whatever. It's not that these people are wrong, but they are wrong when they try to force their particular thing on everybody else. We can't do it that way. That's old paradigm stuff. We have to be willing to tolerate and to accept people where they are, because until we accept ourselves where we are and each other where we are, we're not going to have the energy dynamic necessary to change the paradigm to one that is cooperative instead of competitive, to one that has bounty instead of lack, to one that where people are empowered instead of disempowered. And we have to let go of the slavery system. We have to let go of the way our agriculture is operated. We have to let go of the way our food products are created, even because the GMOs have to go. The military has to be reprogrammed to actually bring enforcement of natural law and of common law to the people everywhere on the planet. And yes, as John MacHaffie says, it's going to come out of Asia. You see, saying it's Chinese royal families. I happen to know that there's also stuff going on in the Philippines, stuff going on in Indonesia, stuff going on in especially those places, but India and China to some degree, and Japan. Asia is where the help is going to come from. I'm convinced of it. I'm convinced that that's where the balance of power is going to shift, and it has to shift away from the West. But they don't want the West to be knocked over and defeated and conquered. That would do nobody any good. They want everybody to profit, and everybody to succeed, and everybody to have the abundance that is our birthright, that is our natural birthright given to us by the Creator. Whatever religion you want to have, it's the Creator that gave us everything. And we've squandered it. We've squandered it like prodigal sons and daughters going into the far country. But now people are waking up. And it's time that we do bring these changes about. And I'd love it to be before the end of this year. I'd love the Federal Reserve, whose lease is up this month. Their lease, their 100-year lease is over as of this very month, December 2013. They've had 100 years to screw everything up in the world, and it's time to unscrew it and get things back the way they were supposed to be from the beginning. Get the United States Republic restored. Get republics restored in every country on the planet, and bring the value back to where it is in the people, not in money, not in banks, not in corporations. Get rid of the legal system that we have, which is fiction, and start establishing truth, and start establishing real justice and the rule of natural law and common law, which flows from natural law. Do no harm. And we're talking about human beings here. We're talking about sentient human beings, not animals. I'm not saying animals are bad or anything like that, but they are not on the same level as humans are. We're the ones that created all the problems. We're the ones that, when we can fix what we've been doing wrong and get it right, every other kingdom on the earth and beyond the earth will be blessed. That's just simply the way it is. So anyway, I am getting ready to go out and meet some friends who are driving up this way and through this area of Florida from the South Florida, and I'm going to go meet with them. I didn't know that till just an hour or so ago, and so I've been rushing to get things ready so that I can leave and go and get a hug from my friends and actually meet them face to face. All I know them as people who are Facebook and YouTube friends, and I'm getting a chance to meet them later tonight. And tomorrow, of course, will be Christmas Eve day, and I will do a Christmas message. I don't know exactly what it's going to be. I'd love it to be something about announcing something that's real, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. I hope it is, but I don't know. Anyway, thank you for listening, and and for those of you that chose to unfriend me because I do not follow your viewpoint on veganism and vegetarianism, okay, I'm sorry. I'm not against what you choose to eat, but I am against the way some of you present it, as if nobody can be spiritual if they eat meat, and meat is the cause of all the evil on the earth and all this crap. I'm sorry. I am not that kind of an extremist, either in religion or in food or in much of anything. The middle way, the middle path, moderation. That's what I want to get, and balance and harmony restored on this planet. And when we do that, the kingdom of heaven will be here, and we will have a world that works for everyone. Again, thanks for listening. Namaste.